It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. This is, of course, the Nick Weitosh Show. We're doing it recorded. Usually it is live, but Verizon is being utter and total dog shit as usual. So we're going to do another daily upload. Already did one upload for AEW and the preview for that, although there is one more thing to add to that one. So we will get into that as well for today. But we're going to start out today with, of course, shouting out to Surfshark VPN, No Dirt Sheets, and all of our partners here at Sleeper Sports Media, and, of course, the Nick Weitosh Show. We did watch NXT last night live. For the most part, had to stop it and then watch it later, but we got to fast forward and skip through commercials. That was fantastic. And we get to do that because we are watching NXT on Netflix with the power of Surfshark VPN, and that's only able to be done because of our friends at No Dirt Sheets. So shout out to London, shout out to everyone over there. NXT on Netflix was flawless, easy, seamless, and so nice to do. And you can do that again on Friday night. Watch SmackDown on Netflix as well. But this weekend, Halloween Havoc, which we're going to get into as well, you will have to watch that one on Peacock, unless, again, you do Surfshark VPN. However, Peacock is way easier to pay for than ESPN. There's more options for it unless you're a big, massive sports head and you're good at throwing a bet down or two, making a parlay to make up your money that you're going to be paying for ESPN. So other news going around is we have the location for Money in the Bank. Warner Bros. Is seriously consider selling, and they are open to taking acquisitions offers. So, of course, not from Paramount Plus, as they've turned down 2 offers from them already. We now have the full card for Halloween Havoc after Sol Ruka's major big-time announcement last night. Of course, but having Zarya, her tag team partner, step in to defend that title for her against Blake Monroe at Halloween Havoc. We have so much more to talk about with NXT than just that. So we're going to start with, of course, Warner Bros. Is selling. What does this mean? They officially announced that they are taking offers to be acquired. Now, this could mean a couple different things. It could be, from what I'm seeing, is that they are going to be giving the DC studios, the film, movies, and TV shows, the rights to that away. They're not going to be selling the networks. What does this mean for HBO Max? Who knows at this point? We are seeing price increasing for HBO Max starting immediately. The premium plans is going up. I believe all plans are going up $2. I did post that yesterday as I saw that one, but Warner Bros. Is considering selling. Frontrunners are Comcast and Netflix. Gotta think Disney is going to be in there as well. However, they have rejected 2 offers from Paramount Plus and Paramount and Skydance. So that all to kick off the Nick Weitosh Show here. NXT was really good last night. I will say that. Just noting it here for my time, since this is going to be a voiceover video. Again, so NXT was really good. Of course, Sol Ruka announced that she was hurt. She doesn't know how long it's going to be before she's cleared. She was hurt in the tag match on SmackDown, as we reported here. She didn't blame anyone. Injuries happened, she said, and she was fully ready to relinquish the title, the North American title. She did not acknowledge the fact that she would have had to also relinquish the Speed title. But as we were going towards it, I said, and my wife can attest to this, I said Zarya is going to defend it for her. And that's exactly what we're going to do. At Halloween Havoc, it will be Zarya. It will be Blake Monroe for the NXT North American Women's Championship. And who knows after that how long it's going to be before Sol Ruka defends it. So I don't know if they're going to do Zarya defending the title for her. I don't know if they're going to have Blake win it and then have Sol Ruka turn on Zarya. Who knows what they're going to do? I do think it's too soon for them to turn on each other, especially because they're finding their feet in the main roster and they bring a lot to the tag team division. They're great as a tag team, and I think it could really benefit them, especially if they're going to be working with and involved with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. I mean, two of the best women over there on SmackDown for them, leaders to be working with in the tag team division. That was that segment. We also had Tatum Paxley, the number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship, kick things off on NXT and was interrupted by JC Jane and her group. That would lead to a tag match later in the show. And they would Tatum Paxley would be pinned by JC Jane. So hopefully this means we could see a shakeup. We could see a new champion on Saturday night at Halloween Havoc. We also had a tag match of Leon Slater defended his title, successfully defended his title, retained as well. And then that led to Javon Evans and Leon Slater getting a tag match at Halloween Havoc against Mr. Iguana and La Parca. So JC Jane, Tatum Paxley for the NXT Women's title. Tag match, Javon Evans, Leon Slater versus Mr. Iguana, La Parca. We also have NXT Tag Team Championship Broken Rules match. The Hardys versus Dark State. And then the Women's North American title, Zarya and Blake Monroe. NXT title, Trick Williams versus Ricky Saints. That segment was the main event, the contract signing. That was fairly good. And I think there's another, I believe Ethan Page versus Dr. Wagner Jr. is a Day of the Dead match. Now, what that means, what stipulation that means, I don't know. We'll find out Saturday for Halloween Havoc, streaming on Peacock or, of course, on Netflix with VPN from our friends at Surfshark VPN and No Dirt Sheets as well. That was pretty much NXT Halloween Havoc preview a little bit. Results from last night. We're going to go over to AEW preview for that one. Tonight, we did have one more thing added to AEW in the lineup for tonight. We still have the unified title, Okada versus Bandito. We have the trios titles, the Ops versus the Hurt Syndicate, and the bracket reveal for the women's tag team tournament. I think that I don't know much of the actual tag teams in AEW besides the Death Triangle, and then of course Tay Mello and Anna Jay. Believe that between those four, those two I think should win it since they are OGs. But of course we do have other OGs in the women's division. Great women's division, great women's roster there. But I would love to see some actual tag teams in for these tag titles that they are adding to that. So those were the three advertised, and then we did have a fourth one. Mercedes 12 belts Monet is having a celebration tonight ahead of her, and this match is official winner take all, title for title, TBS championship, AEW Women's World Championship at Full Gear November 22nd in the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné. That was of course AEW news. And then we go into some other breaking news that we had today, a little bit ago, a couple hours ago. Money in the Bank. And Money in the Bank, we have the location for next year. That is going to New Orleans. We knew that it was coming after they switched it up and took WrestleMania away from New Orleans, sending it back to Vegas. Now we will have Money in the Bank in New Orleans at the Smoothie King Center, September 6th of 2026. So that means Money in the Bank is going to be later in the year, which that is going to be a good way to split up the big four, since we have the Rumble, Mania in the first half of the year, and then we get to Money in the Bank being in September. That is going to be right after SummerSlam, so we'll get through SummerSlam as the first one of the big four. I don't know. I would consider Survivor Series over Money in the Bank as the big four, as we say. But Money in the Bank 2026, New Orleans, September 6th, 2026 at Smoothie King Center. That was some breaking news that went down earlier. So that is that. Again, Netflix is front runner to be the one to acquire all the rights and movies, TV media rights, not media rights deal, but the film and movies, the rights to that library from Warner Bros. Discovery. What that would mean, what that would look like is it would be definitely interesting to see all that full library go over to Netflix, if that's what they'll do, if they'll keep HBO Max for movies and TV shows, and what is actually going to change from that, especially with the price increasing on HBO Max, which is how you could watch Full Gear and AEW on TBS and TNT Collision and Dynamite, both on HBO Max and TNT and TBS. And then, of course, HBO Max pay-per-view for their pay-per-view events. That was the AEW preview, the Netflix news. Deadline internally is, of course, scheduled internally. Once again, reports are out internally that we will see Deadline for NXT on December 6th. No idea where, location to be determined if that event even actually happens, of course. And then who knows what we're going to get, when we'll get it, or if that is actually true. Again, this is the Nick Weitoish Show here at Sleeper Sports Media. We are doing this recorded because Verizon is absolute dog shit, and my service in the same parking spot that I was in yesterday, I now don't have service. So instead of having it get cut off, we're just going to do this recorded and then upload it as a second daily upload for today. I do like going live a little bit more, but if you're watching this or seeing this, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. We can have a conversation in the comments. Also, join the Facebook group and get active over there on Facebook. I know it's very archaic to say Facebook, but Facebook group over there. Facebook has been very good to me. I am monetized over there, so it'd be a great way to help support the channel and show us some love over here and make more of this stuff possible. And get back to the setup of where we were with StreamYard and cross-platform streaming, since I am trying to do this all from my phone as of late. And one other thing that I wanted to also do is, again, I am helping out with ACW this weekend right here in Sanford, North Carolina. So if you're in the area, please come out and support and come see the show. We have probably the main event, Trayvon Alley versus Joe Black, and this is winner take all, title for title. 4 titles on the line. Trayvon Alley, the ACW champion, versus Joe Black. That is one match that we have. We also have kids under 12 will get in for half off when they wear a costume, and they will have a contest in the ring. So that's some breaking news here. We have Mark James versus Paradox. Mark James, of course, is no stranger to the Mid-Atlantic wrestling scene, the Sanford area. He goes one-on-one against Paradox. That will go down Saturday, October 25th. The Brute versus Paradox, of course. And then we have CJ, who turned on his tag team partner, Jack Tatum. They vacated the titles. He took out everyone. He took out the camera guy. He gave the ring announcer a pile driver. Was on an absolute rampage. So check out ACW over on Facebook for more information on tickets, as well as to see full listing of the matches there. That is a little bit of a heads up for ACW Turnbuckles and Terror on October 25th over at behind Wild Dogs Brewing, or Wild Dogs there in town in Sanford on North Steel Street, right behind Gather, where my beautiful wife does work at. So come out and support that. Kids under 12 wear a costume and get in for half off. And that is the Nick Weitoish Show. This was very, very short. very, very short one today because of, again, Verizon being total and utter dog shit. Also, wanted to throw it out there that we do have 2 matches made official for Saturday night's main event coming up November 1st. Saturday, November 1st, all on Netflix or ESPN, depending on how you watch it. Again, our friends over at Surfshark, you know where to go. You know where to watch it. We have 2 matches made official. WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. And the World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk versus Jey Uso. Now, the first match, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. What is wrong with this picture? For the billionth time, we're going to see this match again. And it should very well end with Drew McIntyre winning and beating Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. Cody Rhodes should lose the title. Cody Rhodes should then turn heel. Cody Rhodes should absolutely lean into what he's been leaning into for far too long to not turn heel. Drew McIntyre deserves it right now. He definitely deserves it at this point. And if I'm saying Drew McIntyre deserves a title, that's how you know something is wrong, and Cody has held it for far, far, far too long, which is of course the case. He never should have won it in the first place. Not yet, and not at the time when he did win it anyway. So that is that match. I'm sure we'll find out more about this match going into Friday. Nick Aldis did not announce anything for SmackDown yet, but we will keep our eyes out for those announcements. He did just announce the match. And then, of course, we had the number 1 contender Battle Royal for the World Heavyweight Championship, other number 1 contender, so really the number 2 contender. But also a bunch of deja vu, because 3 weeks ago, CM Punk beat both LA Knight and Jey Uso, pinned Jey Uso to become number 1 contender. And now we have Jey Uso and CM Punk again. Although this could be turning to a Jimmy Uso heel turn on Jey once again after he saved him. And then Jey Uso repaid him by throwing him over the top rope there to win the Battle Royal. Very much could be going down that path again. Jimmy is owed a singles title run for sure. Jey Uso, I hate to say it, but with 27,000 dislikes on the video of him winning the Battle Royal, that speaks absolute volumes. So that right there could be a sign that Jey very well could get turned on by the fans. The Yeet era could be over. It's coming to an end, and as we knew that it would. So the reports out there from Sportskeeda that they're planning on having Jey win the Rumble again. I hope that is total bogus bullshit, like it always is. More than likely, more oftentimes than not, total bullshit over there from Sportskeeda. I mean that they're clowns over there. Jey Uso winning the Rumble again for the 2nd year in a row does not need to happen. Especially with it being over in Saudi Arabia. I know that they're probably going to have Sami Zayn be a big part of that show. But also can see them waiting for Sami Zayn to actually win the Rumble next year, or the following year, to set him winning a world title in Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania 43. Unfortunately, that's where we're headed, without a doubt there. So that is just about going to do it for the Nick Weitoish Show. Kept it under 20 minutes. I still have about 20 minutes left. I had to do a bunch of research, and we'll continue to do so. Get some posts out, as well as the preview for AEW and all that good stuff. So thank you again for watching, viewing, subscribing. Leave a comment and get the chat going in the comments, as well as you can always get active in the Facebook group. You can always get active in the community tab. You are able to post in there and share your thoughts, share any ideas that you want to see here. As always, can support the channel on Cash App with donations. Same with Facebook. You can donate on Facebook by sending stars to my posts, to my videos over there. Again, I am monetized on Facebook, but have the bigger numbers here on YouTube and just trying to get monetized over here on YouTube to where we can unlock super chats if anyone feels the need to donate and help out and support the channel here. Again, it's never asked for, just greatly appreciated. And someday, one day soon, that first tier monetization, I will unlock subscriptions, which means that you can pay $2, $5 a month for special videos, for special shows, for, maybe I bring back the watch alongs and we watch it together for a subscriber only stream, a subscriber only tier where we watch shows together. Maybe we unlock a Discord or something, other ideas that will be there as a way to get support to make cool things happen here on the channel as we end up this Wednesday wrap up for October 22nd, 2025, the Nick Weitoish Show here at Sleeper Sports Media. I'm Nick Weitoish, of course, your host, and we will see you tomorrow for Thursday Thoughts, and we will see you tomorrow for a review of AEW and any other breaking news that we find out tomorrow or